The thymus gland is a lobular structure located between lungs behind sternum on the ventral side of aorta. Difficult words: lobular structure, made of small rounded sections, lobules. Sternum, breastbone. Ventral side, front side. Aorta, largest artery carrying blood from heart. Why is thymus located there? Because it needs protection. It is placed between lungs, behind sternum, near major blood vessels. This ensures safety. Easy hormone transport through blood. How does location help function? Since thymus hormones travel in blood, being close to heart and major vessels allows faster distribution. Real-life example. In chest x-rays of children, thymus appears large and visible. In adults, it becomes smaller and less visible. The thymus plays a major role in development of the immune system. Difficult word. Immune system, body's defense system against infection. Why is thymus important for immunity? Because it helps in maturation of special immune cells called T cells. Without thymus, immune system cannot develop properly in early life. How does it do this? It provides environment and hormones needed for T cell training and selection. Real-life example. Children born without a functioning thymus have severe immune deficiency. They get frequent infections. Thymus secretes peptide hormones called thymosins. Difficult words. Peptide hormones equals hormones made of amino acids. Thymosins, hormones produced by thymus. Why does thymus secrete thymosins? Because immune cells need chemical signals to mature properly. How do thymosins work? They stimulate immature lymphocytes to differentiate into functional T lymphocytes. Thymosins help differentiation of T lymphocytes. Difficult words. Differentiation process of becoming specialized. T lymphocytes, T cells. Equals type of white blood cells. Why must T cells differentiate? Because immature cells cannot fight infection effectively. They must learn to recognize pathogens, learn not to attack own body. How does differentiation occur? Inside thymus, immature cells undergo training. Weak or self-reactive cells are destroyed. Functional T cells are released into bloodstream. Real-life example. When you recover from viral infections, like flu, T cells are actively fighting infected cells. T lymphocytes provide cell-mediated immunity. Difficult word. Cell-mediated immunity. Immunity where immune cells directly attack infected cells. Why cell-mediated immunity is needed? Some pathogens, like viruses, hide inside body cells. Antibodies cannot reach inside cells, so T cells destroy infected cells directly. How? Cytotoxic T cells identify infected cells and trigger their destruction. Chash, real-life example. During viral infections like chickenpox, T cells kill virus-infected cells. Thymosins promote production of antibodies, humoral immunity. Difficult words. Antibodies, proteins that neutralize pathogens. Humoral immunity, immunity involving body fluids, blood, lymph. Why does thymus influence antibody production? Because helper T cells activate B cells. B cells produce antibodies. How? Helper T cells release signals that stimulate B cells to multiply and produce antibodies. Real-life example. After it produces antibodies, T cells play a role in activating this response. Thymus degenerates in old individuals. Difficult word. Degenerates, shrinks, or becomes less functional. Why does thymus shrink with age? Because immune development is most important in childhood. After puberty, its role gradually reduces. How does degeneration happen? Thymic tissue is gradually replaced by fatty tissue. Real-life example. In elderly people, infections are more severe. Recovery is slower, partly because thymus activity decreases. Immune responses of old persons become weak. Why weaker immunity in old age? Because reduced thymosin production, fewer new T cells formed, slower immune response. How does this affect health? Increased risk of infections, cancer, poor vaccine response. Real-life example. Elderly individuals are more vulnerable to flu and pneumonia. Big picture summary. Thymus develops immune system in childhood, produces thymosins, trains T cells, supports antibody production, shrinks with age. Simple memory trick. Thymus, T for training T cells. Childhood, strong thymus. Old age, weak thymus. If you'd like next, I can explain. Difference between cell